Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? When I see a rainbow after a storm, I think of cleansing, a new beginning, hope. What do you see? What do you think of when you see a rainbow? Rainbows are also connections through the seasons, not only the atmospherical seasons, but also our personal seasons. Because just like the atmospherical seasons, we experience the bliss of spring, the joy and happiness when life seems like it's going just our way, and then the laughter and the relaxation of summer, and then the cold and dark season of winter. Those times when life seems like it's just cramming us down, it's stepping on us. It seems like there's no end. And it's during these times that if we can find that emotional rainbow, it will transition us to our next season. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? When I was 7, I witnessed my first dry thunderstorm. I was on summer vacation with my father. We were driving through Nevada desert. It was dusk. The lightning lit up the sky, and loud claps of thunder shook the car. Don't be worried, Malk. It's okay. We're actually in the safest place we could be. The car's rubber tires will keep us safe. I'm not worried, Dad. I'm excited. I love just watching the thunder and the lightning dance across the sky. Now, during the school years, I grew up and spent my time in Hawaii with my mom and my stepdad. My home life was full of storms. I had the most fortunate mother, the greatest mother of all. I called her Hurricane Mama. And she constantly reminded me, I brought you into this world. I can take you out and make another just like you. I always looked at the bright side, though. In Hawaii, I love to run. And back in Hawaii, I was known as the Hawaiian Forrest Gump. When people saw me running, they'd say, "Run, Malcolm, run!" And I would run and I would say, "Hey, my mama told me life was like a box of macadamia nuts. It tastes better with beer." One day I was a 9-year-old life of the party, and the next I was lifeless. I woke up in the hospital, and I couldn't talk, couldn't walk. I could barely move my finger. And I heard the doctors tell my parents, your son has Reye syndrome. It attacked his brain and liver cell. He may never walk again. Never walk again, I thought. But I'm only 9. I remembered a quote from a book my father read to me during his divorce. Fate whispered to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm. But the warrior whispered to fate, I am the storm. And I knew I couldn't get up. I wasn't ready to give in to the storm. And my recovery process was long and slow and very arduous. I had acupuncture almost every day. I had extensive physical and speech therapy. And then finally, I was able to stand on my own and balance and communicate by grunting. Oh, oh. And of course, that's when Mom said, okay, now you can walk and talk. It's time for you to go back to school. And she put me in the same class that I was in before. So now my friends didn't see me as that kickball champion, the class clown from just a year earlier. But to them, I was a 10-year-old version of Frankenstein's monster. This time of my life was very hard and long, but my stepfather noticed my wanting to revert into my own shell, and my stepfather suggested that I reconnect with the passions that I had before my illness. So I tried out for the T-ball team, but was met with rejection because I was a liability. I tried out for the track and field team. Again, rejection, liability. And that's the first time I heard that song, Rainbow Connection. And I remembered my dad's quote and what the warrior said, I am the storm. And it occurred to me that I don't have to withstand the storm in order to see my rainbow. I am the storm. And so the next day, I went back to the track and I just started running. I ran. I didn't need anyone's permission. And I kept I kept telling myself, run, Malcolm, run. And eventually, the coach saw me and wore down and let me on his team. Because I had become the storm. And so it's during these seasons, these dark seasons especially, that we need to look for and find these emotional rainbows. Because if I could do this, you can too. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? You have the power. You are the storm. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.